the voice of the longest-running real estate talk show in the North Bay, The Real Estate Hour. The legacy continues with Allison Norman and her business partner, Stephanie Norman, the newest mother-daughter real estate team.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's October 19th. I had my page
What
on
is it?
19th.
Oh, good.
I had it on the 12th on my
know.
notepad, and I'm like, that is not the right date.
Thank goodness we're here to let everybody know.
Yes.
Okay. In case you woke up this morning and said,
weren't sure what day it was.
What day is it? That's
October
okay.
19th.
All day Friday, I thought it was Saturday, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we have the radio show
So
tomorrow.
that's why we're here to remind you that it's Sunday, October 19th. And it is the year 2025, in case you forgot.
In case you woke up and said, where am I? What year is this? Which happens often these days.
We have a fun show today.
We do. We have got some good information
very
about
good
for first-time
information.
buyers.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking to Laureen Barnes of Redwood Credit Union, and she's called in before and had some really good information about Redwood Credit Union and what they offer. They have a new program, which is a first-time buyer and down payment assistance program. So that's exciting. And so she's going to talk about that, a couple other things that are really kind of specific. What's really nice about Redwood Credit Union is that they do a lot of their own in-house financing. So they have some specific products that you may not be able to find anywhere else or aren't able to find anywhere else. Not to say that there aren't other good lenders that can do good things for you. This is just one of them. Redwood Credit Union is one of our local lenders and financial institutions, and there's things that they can do that some of the other banks and lenders can't do. So, and again, not to say that there aren't good loan products out there. And then we're also going to talk about she'll be calling in at 9:30. And then we're going to be talking about what some of the things that first-time buyers, and you, Stephanie, you work with a lot of millennial, kind of your age group, who are in the market right now or frustrated because they'd like to buy a house, but it just seems so overwhelming.
So I'm always trying to keep an eye out for the programs for first-time home buyers and try to keep up to date on what they can qualify for and how they qualify and all of the things.
All the things, and you get a lot of interesting questions, and and really that goes along with anybody really that's buying or selling that hasn't in a while, or never has. They really have a lot of questions, and we think that we do it so often that a lot of times it kind of goes right over our heads. We're like, people don't really know what that means, and they don't know, even as something that seems so simple to us is like, what is an escrow? What does that mean when we say we've opened escrow? What does that actually mean? So a lot of times we have to kind of back it up a little bit and say, really kind of look at real basic real estate, because a lot of people don't, it's our world. It's our lives. It's what we do.
Words and different terms, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I remember when you would talk about it before I was like getting more into it, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? What is that? What does that mean?
I know. What are all these words you're throwing out as if everybody knows?
Throwing out.
Anyway, so that'll be interesting stuff. And you have some events.
Yeah, and I'll talk about those. I just wanted to mention that Laureen with RCU, the program is called Dream Start. It's home loans designed for first-time home buyers with terms up to 40 years.
Yeah.
Low down payments, up to 40-year terms, rate roll downs.
I'm taking my headphones off because they're doing nothing for me right now.
Oh, no.
Maybe Joe could find me a better set. Anyway, we are...
Put Joe to work.
Put Joe to work. And maybe that one sitting over there. Sorry, you guys, but the one I found is not plugging in where it's supposed to. So I just assumed it would work when we came on the air. Anyway, so we have. Sorry for that distraction. We have. Oh, Joe. Joe is my hero today.
Joe to the rescue.
Wait, that's the same. It has this little skinny thing that doesn't plug in. Maybe. Sorry, people. Keep talking. There we go. Got it.
Okay.
Welcome to live radio.
Right.
Yeah, the other one just had a short, and it was just cutting out, and if I sounded distracted, that's why. Okay, so that's one of the reasons.
Sorry.
No. It's anyway. Now we're getting back. If you're watching us on YouTube later this week, you say, "What is she doing?" Okay, so speaking of YouTube, we do record our videos. So I mean, we video the show, and you can
find us everywhere.
You can watch us fumbling around with our headphones over here.
Yes.
Or me today. Anyway, so okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that we hear from first-time buyers out there in the field, and really kind of answer some of those questions, and then that'll be a good precursor to our conversation. We'll do the numbers. Too. I guess we'll do the numbers, and then we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk to Laureen Barnes, Redwood Credit Union, about their new first-time buyer loan program, down payment assistance, all kinds of fun stuff. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We're the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back. Good morning.
Good morning. We're back.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Alrighty, so let's see if technology will be our friend now. We're having some issues. Okay, so let's get the numbers, and we'll get those out of the way so you can know what's happening here in real estate, right, in Sonoma County.
And if you are just tuning in or new to the show, when we say numbers, we mean market updates for Sonoma County.
The numbers, the quote-unquote, the numbers.
Yes.
And so, right, we like to look at the whole overview of Sonoma County, not just specific areas, and not national, not California, not Sonoma County, I mean, not the Bay Area, but, excuse me, looking at all the numbers for Sonoma County. So, single-family homes currently active on the market. You can get out there and take a look right now. Well, call your agent and, look and see. Maybe they have an open house. But you can get in there and put an offer in. 1,026 active single-family homes across Sonoma County right now. That number's been just kind of bouncing around. It was 1,032, then it was 1,032, then it was 1,019. It was 1,050 a couple of weeks ago, so it's kind of bouncing around and hovering a little over 1,000. That's a big number compared to how it was even earlier this year, and especially last year. We were probably at about a little more than half of that. It was like 500-600, and then all of a sudden it was like 700. Then it was 800. Now it's 1,000. So we have a good amount of inventory out there, which is great if you're buying. So in escrow, we have 333 in escrow. So those are people that have put an offer in, got their offer accepted. Now they're going through the process. Condos, we have 139 active condos on the market with 38 in escrow. Mobile homes, we have 93 active on the market with 35 in escrow. Multi-unit, 2 to 4 units, we have 108 active on the market with 28 in escrow. And then land, buildable residential land, we have 326 active on the market with 30 in escrow. All of these numbers are pretty consistent with what they've been the last few months, really. Or more than the last 6 months, probably. Anyway, so the median price of what's active on the market right now is $1,185,000. That is actually up a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then the median price of what's in escrow is $850,000. That's pretty much consistent with what it's been. That medium number is just kind of like a needle that goes up if more higher priced homes are on the market. It goes down if more lower priced homes are on the market or go into escrow or close.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the prices are fluctuating. It just means that the overall look of the market, and it really does help you understand kind of the health of the market and what's active and what's in escrow and what's selling for the median. Alrighty, what do you have for the market snapshot?
So I have for the market snapshot from last Sunday to this Sunday, today, we have new listings, and this is Sonoma County single family residential. New listings 107 with an average list price of $815,000. Back on market 16, price reduction 81, in escrow 70, pending 61, and closed 68, and that is with an average sold price of $874,000, which is higher than it usually is, and that is most likely because a higher price home sold, and so it made that number go up.
Yeah.
And then average days on the market 76 days, and so congratulations to all the people who either bought or sold a home.
Yeah, so yeah.
It's a big deal.
Woo-hoo. We should sound more enthused.
Woohoo! Good
Get
job.
the bells and whistles. It really is, and it's such a relief,
It
and it's
is,
such a
yes.
happy moment.
There's
I remember
so many people involved to make it happen.
Yeah.
You don't even realize.
I know all
Can
the
be
people
very
behind the
stressful,
scenes.
So good job, you did it.
Good job, you, the
Congratulations.
seller, the buyer, the lender, the title rep, the agents on both sides, their
Everybody.
assistants. Pardon me. My voice is going away.
Oh,
Anyways, so we forgot to mention that one. Did we lose it again? We forgot to mention the one event that's happening downtown.
yeah, it's
this
the
Friday.
Fall Fun Fest 2025 downtown Santa Rosa, and I know about this event because we were driving through downtown and there was a big sign up that said Fall Fun Festival, and I was like, oh, what is that? So,
We'll be
but
there.
we would share it here. It is Friday, October 24th, 2025, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Old Courthouse Square in Santa Rosa. What to expect? Grab your costumes and get ready for Fall Fun Fest, Santa
fun.
Rosa's ultimate free Halloween celebration. So if you want more information on this, you can check out, I'm not sure where it's posted.
You can look at our Facebook page,
Yes,
The Real
we
Estate
have it
Hour
posted
with
there,
Allison
yes.
and Stephanie Norman, and we have it posted there. You're gonna have to scroll down a little bit because we posted some other stuff after that. But or it's the City of Santa Rosa. It's put on by Downtown Santa Rosa, the organization. So. Anyway, so, and there's also a church, I think, that's also putting it
Bayside Church.
Bayside Church. So, fun stuff. Okay, so let's get back to, real quick, we've got about 5 minutes, I believe. And
Yes.
and once, so let's just real quick, and then we're going to talk to Laureen Barnes at Redwood Credit Union about first-time home buyers and their program that they have for them. But what are some of the things that we hear from first-time buyers? We talked about last week, things like, well, what can I buy? What can I afford? Well, I want to go look at this house. And the answer is talk to a lender, right?
Or it's like, this house is foreclosed. It's a lower price. Can I qualify to get it?
Yeah. We
There's,
hear people asking about foreclosures.
Yeah, and the conditions of properties, that can really, if it's
Yeah.
a fixer-upper, that's harder to get a loan on, especially for a first
Right, and that's a big thing that we hear from people who, especially first-time buyers. A lot of times they're looking at an FHA financing
Yes.
because it's a lower down payment. They're a little more lenient on the debt to income and on your credit score that you have to have in order to qualify for the loan. But they're more strict on health and safety things. So if there's a broken window, if there's peeling paint in a pre-1978 home, if the roof doesn't have like at least 3 or 5 years of life left on it, if there's standing water underneath the house, forget it. They won't even,
that's not good.
But so a lot of times you're getting calls, can we go look at this house? Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you probably not with your FHA loan, you can't, and why don't we get a fixer? Because we can afford, it's a better price and we'll just do the work. But the lender is going to say, nope, we're not going to put ourselves out there, get you into this house, and then knowing that you're going to have it's going to fall apart. It's their asset. It's important for them, the bank, to have something that's not going to fall apart.
And then another big one, too, is mobile homes.
Right. So, yeah.
Those are hard because it might be a good price that you can qualify for. Mm-hmm. But then there's the space rent.
Yeah.
And then there's
you got to remember that
insurance.
space
But
rent.
the space rent is the biggest one because it can be really high.
Mm-hmm.
And that can ruin your whole loan because then you won't qualify if it's the space rent.
And a lot of lenders won't lend on a mobile home either.
That too.
So then
you have to find the right lender.
There are higher interest rates on the mobile home because it's a more specific loan. Insurance is really hard to find somebody to insure a mobile home. So while on the surface it looks good, and you do get calls from people going, "Oh, we want to look at this mobile home because it's like $100,000. We could totally afford it."
Yeah.
You have to get a loan, and what's the space rent? And you have to qualify. It's a rent. You're renting the space.
Yep.
And just like when you go to get an apartment to rent or, condo, house, whatever, they're going to want you to make X number of times, and usually it's like 2.5 times your income or 3 times even of your income. And you're going to have to qualify for that in order to qualify for the park. Even if you can find a lender, you can get that mobile home. You got to get insurance on it. You have to qualify for the park grant. They're going to look at your credit score too, and they're going to look at your income, all of these things. So while on the surface it looks like a great deal, it's not necessarily a better way to go. And that's not to be bashing mobile homes, because for some people it's a good option.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's really important to understand what you're looking at. And you do get those calls from people in your millennial age group that say, well, why don't I just buy a mobile home? You know, people are looking at, especially young people, really looking for a way to get into a home here in Sonoma County, and it's tough. You know, we have somebody right now looking in Lake County because it just the pricing in Sonoma County isn't going to work for them. Do you want to, make those adjustments to your lifestyle in order to buy a house, or do you want to figure out a way to get you into a house?
But even then, with Lake County insurance, it's a big one.
Yeah, so keeping those things in mind. So those are some of the conversations you're having, right, with people, and we're having.
I hate to break it.
I know, we
shut them down, so.
We try really hard not to say, no, you can't do it. Well, let's find a solution. But we got to take a break. We're going to talk more about first-time buyers and the Redwood Credit Union program that they have with Laureen Barnes coming up. Just a minute. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We're the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back.
Here are Allison and Stephanie.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're back. Good morning. We're back. We are excited to be talking about first-time buyers today. We're, I was a first-time. we all at one point, if you own a house, you were a first-time buyer. You know the excitement and the pressure, and it's a little scary, and the uncertainty, but really I remember writing that first check, my first mortgage check, versus writing a check to back when we wrote checks for things, aging myself, but writing that check to the landlord versus writing a check for your mortgage for your house payment. Yeah. It's a really good feeling, and I carry that with me, and I know Stephanie, you do too. We want to help we want to help people get into their home, start building that wealth and equity, and
love to help.
It's such a good feeling. Anyway, I'm very passionate about working with our first-time buyers. Stephanie works with a lot of younger millennials who are really struggling right now. And on that note, we are going to be talking about first-time buyer and Redwood Credit Union's new program. On the line, we have Laureen Barnes, who is the I lost it. What? Good morning. Where is it? It's not here. Anyway, you're with Redwood. Laureen, I'll let you introduce yourself. I'm so sorry. It's been a morning. Anyway, you are. Is it the
Good morning.
External real estate sales?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
For having us.
And I apologize for that horrible introduction. But anyway,
no worries.
So it's the external real estate sales
it's
manager?
a really long title. That's really, I'm the sales manager of the mortgage department.
Thank you.
So yeah, I oversee. You can get rid of the whole rest of the title.
I know let's just say you. So you oversee the real estate mortgage part of Redwood Credit Union.
Yeah, the sales side of it, exactly.
Perfect. And we've had you. I think it was last year you called in and talked about what Redwood Credit Union, kind of what sets you apart. From some of the other financial institutions and lending institutions around here. But today we wanted to specifically talk about a new program you have, which is going to help first-time buyers. So do you want to just dive right into that? Or is there anything else you want to chat about first?
No, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, I'm so glad to be back. So I take that I did okay last time.
Absolutely.
Yes, you did.
Thank you for that. We always love to talk all things mortgage. So, yeah, as it pertains to first-time homebuyers, there's a lot of great programs out there. I mean, people hear of first-time homebuyer products. They hear of grants. They hear of community assistance. Mm-hmm. And to your point, I mean, how nice is it to be able to write a check for your generational wealth, right? For your home that you can control and you can do things rather than writing that rent check to that landlord that's getting all that benefit from your contribution to paying off their generational wealth, right?
Right.
So really fun things about it. Also a lot of responsibility, so not to be taken lightly, but so much great opportunity. And RCU is committed to our communities, and we want to increase home ownership solutions for those that are out there looking to buy their first home. Redwood Credit Union serves everybody from first-time homebuyers to that savvy investor or, you're on your 10th property, whatever it might be. But we really have that commitment to getting those first-time homebuyer products out there. And in the last, I'd say probably a year or two, we developed what we call our Dream Start program. And it's kind of an umbrella, if you will. And different programs fall underneath that really help, Dream Start, right? Helps people get in and manage those dreams and make them come true. So it'll continue to grow over the coming years. But right now we have what we call our Dream Start 40-year product. And I know you're going to ask me probably some questions and details more about the product, but the Dream Start is literally just it's a 40-year amortization. So most of the time when you get into a loan, that loan term is over 30 years. Like if you buy a car, it's over 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's the duration that you're going to pay that loan off, and 30 years is great, but we decided to offer a 40-year term that helps with that improved cash flow, and it lets individuals, it's designed for first-time homebuyers that are looking, again, to turn those goals into homeownership, but they're coming off of rent payments. And I will say, though, rent payments in Sonoma County, they're fairly high, so maybe it's not that big a difference. But the 40-year does help that transition from rent to own. And, there's no prepayment penalties or anything, so you can pay more, but it gives you that option.
Yeah, I think... Sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to just stop for a second on that 40-year, because I was looking through your information a little bit and saw that. I'm like, wow, that's a really cool opportunity. And to understand, and people hear, oh my gosh, 40 years, I don't want to pay 40 years on a loan. That's not the point. The point is that you could, it's breaking those payments down. You're dividing it by 40 instead of by 30 to just really break it down to something way more simple than it actually is. And that means that your monthly payment's going to be less, right?
Yeah, and depending on, your loan amount, I mean, if you have something that's, maybe $900,000, sales price somewhere thereabouts, a little bit less, it can be anywhere from like $400 to $600 a month. It just depends on where your loan amount is. Obviously, if it's a lower loan amount, it's going to be, a little bit less and improve cash flow. But we always try to use the example that, maybe you're expanding in your career, right? Or maybe in the next coming years, you're going to be making substantially more, but right now you're just, you're kind of making that crossover to ownership. How great for a year or two to be able to say, you know what, I can spread that out a little bit. And then as you get more comfortable or your financial situation changes, absolutely pay more, or call us back up and say, hey, I want to get this thing paid off in 20 years or in 15 years or put it into a 30, and we'll tell you what that payment is. So we educate with it. So, yes, we're not trying to make everybody go, a whole 40 years, but it just gives that option, which is really nice for individuals.
Yeah, and I think Stephanie she works with a lot of younger millennials in her age group, and I think a lot of things kind of you relate to like a car purchase, where if it's a 7-year, your payment's going to be lower.
Right.
So
well, and there's a lot of, especially in this area, right, we have a lot of CDF firefighters, you have nurses, you have teachers, you have all these different things where income might fluctuate depending, throughout the year. Maybe there's overtime, maybe there's whatever, and you can pay more during those chunks, but maybe some months your paychecks are a little bit slimmer because you're not getting that overtime or whatever, and it gives you just that option, a little bit of flexibility.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's great.
And then we also have our, as part of that Dream Start, we also have Redwood Credit Union. We've been asked forever, do you offer a grant? Do you offer a down payment? And we can now say yes. We're really excited that we just launched in the last couple months a down payment assistance grant through Redwood Credit Union Community Fund. So it's literally Redwood Credit Union that's offering this grant. And I can, give you more details throughout the show for this, but we're really excited about that because it's giving people down payment assistance to get them into homes as well. So really excited.
That's awesome. I just had a quick question. So what are the qualifications for someone to qualify for that down payment assistance program? Yeah. So great question. So a little bit of differentiation. The Dream Start 40-year is meant for first-time homebuyers, as we mentioned. And just to clarify, a first-time homebuyer for us means that you haven't owned a home in 3 years. So if you owned a home 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you qualify. You just can't have owned a home in the last 3 years.
Okay.
With the Dream Start 40-year product, again, they're two separate products. With the 40-year, there's no income limitations. There's no asset limitations. You literally just have to be a first-time home buyer. And what's really great is that, say it's, two people purchasing that home, or it's one person, two people with parents co-signing, only one primary occupant. So only one person that's going to live in the property has to be a first-time home buyer.
Nice.
The other individuals don't have to be. So it's really flexible.
Okay.
Fast forward to that down payment assistance that you were just talking about. It's a little bit different. It's definitely a grant program, so it's a little bit, it's got tighter parameters. You do have to be a first-time home buyer, again, 3 years, not owning a home. But everybody that's on that loan does have to be a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different there. There are income limitations. It's 120% of the median area, or the area median income. So pretty generous there, but there are those income limitations. Let's see, what else you have to qualify? That's really it. First-time home buyer, everybody on the loan, and then the area median income. What's nice about that one is that it gives the lesser of 5% or $25,000 for the sales price. So
that's a big, that's nice.
It's a big difference.
It's a big boost in
yeah,
that.
definitely.
And I think that's one of the biggest roadblocks here in Sonoma County, especially for somebody to buy a house, is having that down payment.
Yeah, and then do they have to have a certain credit score?
So 620 is the minimum credit score.
That's the question I get asked the most.
Yeah, but I always encourage, such a great question, and I always encourage people, 620 is our guideline.
Okay.
But don't not call us because you're not a 620. Give us a call. Let's talk about why is it your credit is 620. Maybe you don't have enough credit. Well, let's help you build that.
Yeah, that's usually
look at
what I recommend.
You've got going on.
Yeah.
So definitely call us, and there's no shame. I think some people just, they bunker down. They don't want to talk about it, or they don't want to tell the story. Please call us. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do to help. And I want to go back real quick. The 5% or $25,000 down. The buyer, the minimum contribution is 1%. So they only have to come in with 1% of their own funds, plus closing costs. So for the down payment, but it's really flexible because, if you don't have that down payment, like you were saying, that's a tough part. Here's 5% or $25,000 that you get, and I don't know if it's an okay time to talk about how it gets paid back or how it gets.
No, that would
now.
be.
Do you want to do that later?
No, let's talk about it. That was going to actually be my next question, because you say it's a grant. It's called a grant, but I wanted to kind of clarify what to somebody that maybe doesn't understand. I think most people know a grant means you're not paying it back, but what exactly does that mean in terms of this product?
I think it's the most exciting part about the product. So one thing, when people are getting grants, community seconds, whatever it might be, really do your homework on them. Every one of them offers you the benefit for home ownership, so that's fantastic. But some you have payments, some you have interest, some they actually have what's called equity shares. So when you do go and sell your property at some point, they get the grant back plus a portion of the equity. So just do some homework.
Yeah, good.
With Redwood Credit Union, there's 0 interest and 0 payments. So it's literally a grant that's given. If you sell the house in the first 5 years, then that dollar amount is given back to the community fund to be able to give to somebody else. But there's no interest, there's no equity. You literally just give back that amount out of the sale proceeds.
Okay, and that's if you sell within the first 5 years?
The first 5 years.
Okay.
Yep. And then years 6 through 10, at every annual interval, if you will. So year 6, it's forgiven by 20% per year. So if you do 20% for the next 5 years, if you stay in there 10 years, it's literally forgiven completely and it's wiped out.
Okay.
If you sell in, after year 6, 20% of that is wiped out, and then, you pay the rest. So every year, 20% of that grant is taken off and forgiven. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's a good program. I actually bought my first home, which I actually still live in, but I bought it through Burbank Housing, which it was that same. It was basically we called it a silent second, but I bought it from the original owner, and there was some money left on that. It sounds like that's kind of what if it's going back into the program, then is it available for? I guess it's probably different. It's not house specific. It's
not
specific.
house
Yeah.
specific.
Okay.
Yeah, the money just goes back, and we keep lending it back out, right? And we keep growing that fund as well. But we're really excited about it.
I think it's
we're
great.
anxious to get rid of it, right? We want to push that money out there and get that into buyers' hands. So one really important thing with the down payment assistance program, I can't stress it enough, is if somebody's out there thinking that they're out there, they're going to purchase, they're going to start looking, please call us sooner than later to get that application process going. Don't wait until you get into contract. You don't even have to wait till you're meeting with an agent. Let's get that application for that down payment assistance program done as quickly as we can up front. Get you all situated, definitely. And then I believe it's 120 days that you have to find a property. And then we just kind of refresh it if you don't, right? But that way you're all set and you know what you got ahead of time.
Yeah, if somebody has some money, but they want to take advantage of that, can they put more than that 1% and still get?
That is a good question.
Yeah, such a great question. Absolutely. So that 120% area median income I talked about, that's the same amount of assets that you're able to have. So as long as you don't exceed the asset amount, but yes, you could put down 20%, 30, whatever dollar amount you want, there's no limit, and you can still receive the down payment assistance as long as you don't exceed the asset amount that's allowed for the county.
That's awesome, because that helps then with your debt to income, really, definitely. Because maybe you could qualify for, an $800,000 house instead of $6, or, or whatever. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but and I think Stephanie.
Yeah, and then is there a certain type of property that it qualifies for? Or is it any property, or how does that work?
Basically anything but units. So it's definitely owner occupied, right? You have to live in it. And then single family residence, a PUD, a condominium, manufactured homes. And manufactured homes, have to be on permanent foundation. I'll just throw this out there on permanent foundation.
So not a manufactured home in a house,
right?
Okay. I mean, in a park.
Not in a park. Not in a park. Yeah, you have to own the land. Okay. But yeah, anything really but units. So 2 to 4 units, that's not an eligible property type.
Okay, so even if somebody was going to live in one, like a duplex, because I know some loan products allow you as long as you're going to live in one. So this one is specifically single-family homes.
Exactly. Yeah, single-family condo, PUD, manufactured townhome, that type of thing.
Okay. Yeah. Good. That all sounds good. Okay, we got to take a quick break, but do you mind sticking around for a minute? And I wanted to talk, if there's more that we missed, a little bit more information you want to talk about that, but also then some other programs that you have that I wanted to chat with you about. So if you don't mind sticking around. Perfect. So we're talking to Laureen Barnes, Redwood Credit Union. Be right back. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We're the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to The Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back. Good morning. We're back.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday morning. So we are on the phone and having a very interesting conversation about first-time home buyer programs from Redwood Credit Union with Laureen Barnes, and it's so exciting to me to
it really
have
is,
this program.
yeah.
And anything that we can do, and welcome back, Laureen, by the way.
Thank you.
Anything that we can do to get our first-time buyers into, and I think that you made an important note. Some first-time buyer programs, you have to absolutely you've never ever owned a home in your life. This program. Whereas some of the other first-time homebuyer programs as well, it's you just can't have owned one in the last 3 years, and they consider you now a first-time, which I guess means you've been renting for a while, and now you're ready to buy again. Did I hear that right? That it's just
you did.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
You did.
Perfect. Stephanie had one question before we move on, and if you have anything that we missed, you can talk about too. But real quick.
Oh, I just had a quick question. Is if this program was something where the funds would run out, or is it gonna keep going, or how does that work?
Such a great question. My crystal ball is broken. But,
I wasn't sure if you know the answer, but I just because I know there's some that are like
it's not like there's Kappa, there's Bourbon, they're all amazing products, right? And our amazing programs. Redwood Credit Union has an allotted amount, but the goal is to continue to replenish that. So I can't guarantee that, but this isn't something like in January and February, all of a sudden an amount is launched, and then everybody floods in and gets it, and then all of a sudden it's gone in 3 weeks. Right? It isn't like that at all.
We've seen that with a couple
what I was wondering.
couple of recent programs out there. It's like, never mind, funds are gone.
It runs out. So that's
exactly. So I can't say it's never going to run out, but our goal is to keep it going, and we're pretty good at our fundraising grants and everything that we do to help our community. So I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah, that's really good.
Well, that's good, but get in there sooner rather than later.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
So is there anything else that we didn't get out about that first-time buyer program, or shall we move on?
No, I think just one quick last thing is, and I can't stress this enough, again, apply early for it. But, when you're out there looking for a home as a first-time home buyer or, anybody, right, looking for a home, I think it's really important to make that call. And I know sometimes it's just overwhelming. Where do I start? What do I do? What's this process going to be? And we're friendly, I promise. It's not like going, it's something scary, right? Give us a call. You might be closer than you think. Maybe you're further than you think, but we will get you on a plan, and just give us a call. Our loan officers are amazing. They will talk you through what your goals are. When do you want to buy? Where are you financially? And
yes,
financial
definitely.
wellness coaches. We have coaches. We have different programs, different entities that can help with budgeting and different things to hit those goals. So just please call us and let us help you and set you up on a plan. So that's my last little thing on first-time home buyers.
Yes, and you're preaching to the choir over here, because we say that on the daily.
Yes.
Call a lender,
Right.
get started. They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, and do you have a number?
We're not going to hurt you, I promise.
Yeah.
Do you have a phone number people can reach you at that are here listening?
You bet, yes. I have an amazing loan officer team at Redwood Credit Union. So this is my number. Give me a call, and I'll find out where you're at, what your goals are, and we'll get you hooked up with a wonderful partner. But my number is 707-529-7336. Again, 707-529-7336.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then, okay, so let's move on from that. So I know I wanted to talk about your construction loan products, but before that, is there anything else that you can help with if somebody is with that age-old problem of, do I sell my house first and then buy something? Do I write a contingent offer? Does Redwood Credit Union offer like a bridge loan or any kind of, do you have any sound advice for somebody who's trying to figure out what to do to get from one house to another and not end up without a house at all?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm preaching the choir to you guys on contingent offers are hard these days. There's just, I think everybody wants the cleanest, strongest, most competitive offer that they can get in there. So, yeah, there's bridge loans. There's different things like that. Redwood Credit Union doesn't do a bridge loan per se. What we do is we use our portfolio lending. So we take in our members' money, we lend it back out. And with that, we have no investors, no warehouse lines. We're not selling those loans. So we can review those loans. We can review those scenarios, make our own decisions, which is really nice. So we do what's called kind of a buy now, sell later, and I'm sure people have heard that out in the industry. So if the borrower is comfortable and Redwood's comfortable that it's not risk credit union risk to the borrower, putting them in a bad position, we will allow what's called a higher debt-to-income ratio. So you have kind of your box, right, of where you qualify and what your debt-to-income ratio is, and we will let borrowers exceed that debt-to-income ratio if we know. So they've got their exiting property listed for sale, so we know that that's their intention. And, we do some calculations to make sure they're gonna pan out okay when that property sells. We will go ahead and allow that higher qualifying debt-to-income ratio so that they can go to make a non-contingent offer. We close on the new home, and then they'll sell the exiting home after they've closed. So they're able to qualify for both properties. And usually you can't, not usually, often you can't do that, right, because it's hard to qualify for both mortgages. It also allows individuals that are trying to get out of a home that maybe they've lived in for 20 years and it needs some TLC to get it fixed up a little bit before they put it completely on the market so that maybe they get a higher return on it, right, a higher sales price. And if they don't have enough equity, if they don't have enough cash in the bank to be able to serve as a down payment, we can also put a second mortgage on their exiting property and let them use that as equity, and then it all gets paid off. But again, we really dig deep to make sure that, it's not putting anybody in a bad position. But, yeah, it's a great alternative, and they can go on strong offers and get their offer accepted and make it all work out.
Yeah, that's great. And the fact that you do your portfolio or in-house lending of people that don't really know what that means, but basically you're not having to do – you just keep it in a perfect little box so that you can sell it off, or it's not a federal product. It's an in-house product that you can make some adjustments and do some things a little bit different, which I think is awesome.
I think the biggest thing about that, real quick, just before we jump off, is that we are local, so we know the markets, we know the properties. We've got some unique properties up here, right?
Yeah, that's very
Lake,
important.
Mindo, and we know those, and we want to hear our buyer's story. So if you don't think you fit perfectly in the box, give us a call. We want to hear the story.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I have actually referred you multiple times to people who are a little bit outside the box, and actually just closed something where it was that scenario where she found the perfect property but had a house to sell, and we went, oh shoot, and within a matter of days we had it figured out and were able to put an offer and got the offer accepted. So it's not just talk; it's what you guys do, and I think it's great. We were going to try and talk about your construction loan products, but I don't know that we're going to have time.
Yeah, I think we're out of time.
Well, I can throw it out and just say we do lot loans, construction to perm, and ADU financing, if that helps.
Oh, ADU financing is a big deal. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Maybe you should call in another time and talk about that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll put you on the calendar. Okay, well, put out your phone number one more time before we run out of time.
Absolutely. It's 707-529-7336. It's Laureen Barnes, and my email, if that's easier, is B like boy, A-R, N like Nancy, E-S like Sam, so L Barnes at Redwood, CU.org. And Allison and Stephanie, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
And we
Thank
appreciate
you.
your partnership.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we as well. We appreciate all you do as well. So again, thank you so much. If you are a first-time buyer or many times you've bought, give us a call and or give Laureen a call. And we'll get you into a home. And I think we're all very passionate about it and all of that. Anyway, Laureen, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, you too. Thank you. Okay, so if you guys want any information, also you can go to our Facebook page, The Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman. Look for us on YouTube, Sonoma County Real Estate Hour. On YouTube, all those things. Anyway, we got to go. We're the Raiders pregame show. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We're the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to The Real Estate Hour. Have a great day.
You've been listening to The Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman, the Norman Home Team on KSRO. Join them every Sunday. Sonoma County real estate market knowledge from real estate professionals on KSRO and KSRO.com.